What up? 大家好，我是嗩吶。We're back, cause I'm fucking pissed.
Hey!
Give me a type zoom on the goddamn camera. You call yourself an Eminem fan, and you don't even know what the fuck he said. Some of you people got really upset because I called Eminem a guest. Well, guess what? He called himself a guest.
How do you feel about the concept of white rappers being a guest in the house of hip hop?
I never said I wasn't a guest. I'm absolutely a guest.
And that's why when I said this thing, he's a great guest. We were making a joke because it's ridiculous to think that Eminem is a guest in hip hop.
这个比较像是 pay respect 吧。
It's pay respect. He earned his place in hip hop. Eminem is a part of hip hop culture. So he calls himself a guest. It's fucking ludicrous, though I saw.
Yeah.
So when I said he's a great guest, I was literally throwing back to what he said in that interview where he called himself a guest of hip hop. So you guys chill the fuck out.
可是其实那些看不懂那个梗的人，他们其实都不是阿姆的粉哎。
是吗？
你看他粉哦。
Okay, so maybe you guys didn't know. You're not an Eminem fan. 你不知道他说什么事. But from my perspective, Eminem earned his place in hip hop. He is not a guest.
Yeah.
So let's get that clear. Now, although Eminem considers himself a guest, he also understands a very glaring truth. Is that his mainstream international commercial success is partly due to the fact that he is a white guy.
Hey.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. That's cool.
Yeah.
Everyone has their advantage. Now, a lot of you seem to have skipped over the part or misunderstood where we said that in the black community, a lot of us don't consider him the greatest of all time. This does not mean that he does not deserve a place in our culture. It just means that out of all the rappers that have come across hip hop culture, we don't put him as number one. He is not number one.
He's not number one human being. He's number one red guy. He doesn't belong to human being.
Wait.
Yeah.
Even me, someone asked me in the comments like, "Hey, what's your top 10?" And I listen, I put Eminem at number 9.
Yeah.
Like, I even gave him more respect than Snoop. He's in my top 10.
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
Oh my god. I think what happens is that you hear your shit for time to take Eminem, black people. No, I'm triggered. I'm such a white.
Yeah.
No, they don't even watch the whole video or pay attention to what's going on.
他们甚至不是 Eminem 的粉丝，就说哎，你在说 Eminem culture vulture 啊，some shit like that.
My own opinion is Eminem is not a culture vulture at all. He has earned his place. He's a dope lyricist, he's a dope rapper, and he has done a lot to promote hip-hop culture. Now, some of you took issue with the fact that I left out the last part of this interview.
I wasn't mad about the opinion. It was after that. It was that, that the very last statement was like, oh, what the fuck?
When you talking about this hip hop shit that I can't live without, I can live without that.
Look at the name of our channel. We are 好机车. We don't break hip-hop news. I never thought that you guys came to me for the latest in hip-hop news, and actually we don't really even talk about hip-hop news.
Yeah.
We are Kalpe Uncle. We talk about hip-hop culture, and we talk about dick jokes. And every once in a while, that shit's funny. So, my bad. If some of you came to our channel thinking that, hey man, I come here to hear the latest and greatest of what's going on in the hip-hop community, you're in the wrong place. Go check out some other great channels that do that way better than what we do. A lot of you said, but yeah, that's the point why he's mad. This beef has already been squashed up to almost 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's old news. So everyone knows what happened. Everyone knows why Eminem is mad. But our point was not, why is he mad? We don't understand. Our point was, why do you guys think this is a beef? Anyone who's seen what Eminem has done to Nick Cannon?
That pussy got him neutered. Tried to tell him this chick's a nut job before he got his jewels clipped.
What he's done to MGK?
Ho, chill, acting like you put the chrome barrel to my bone marrow. Gonna bitch, you ain't a bow in there.
Knows what he could do if he really wanted to go after Snoop. And 6 bars on an album of one song talking about, hey man, that was kind of fucked up. That's not cool. That's not.
It's 牛肉汤.
Yeah, it's not even 牛肉汤. That's just gonna be like, yo man, my feelings kind of got hurt. I thought we was friends, dog. And he has the right to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The guys on the same team come out saying stuff like that. I'd be upset too. So, let that shit lie. It's not a beef. We love them both. They're both dope. They both earned and deserve their place in hip-hop. Chill. To expand on that point, there is a dope-ass rapper. His name is Crooked One.
Lines on the west, who you thought taught him how?
And about 3.5 weeks ago, he came on YouTube and he made this statement.
This has the potential to be the most polarizing beef ever. And for that reason, I think it's not good for the culture. This is going deeper than that. They're gonna make this a racial thing. That's what's gonna happen. All of the comments, there's gonna start a conversation that becomes bigger than the actual music. Trust me on that.
As you can see, he predicted exactly what's going on in our comments right now. People will be trying to make this about race. They be trying to make it about a race war. That's some fucking Red Army shit. You look down in the comments down below and see some of the shit people are trying to say about, oh, black people want to keep hip hop for themselves. We're just jealous because some white guy did it better and blah, 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 blah. No. Anyone who acts like that, who actually thinks that, hey, hip hop is only black, I'm here to tell you it's not. Hip hop is international, fool. Hip hop is not black. It's not white. It's international. It belongs to everybody now.
Yeah.
However, we as a black community want to make sure that people understand the oranges of where oranges.
Banana.
We want to make sure that people understand where the origins came from, where the source is, so you can keep the essence of it as it continues to evolve.
不然会被人家偷走啊。
说真的，
像某个一些地方都说啊，泡菜是我们的啊，啊那个是我们，都是我们的。
泡菜不是韩国吗？
对啊。
Who would claim 泡菜 is actually 泡菜 is pretty good. I might claim that shit for me. It's hip hop. God damn it.泡菜belongs to these streets. But that's to worry about because, like we said before in our history, shit has been stolen. So we are very, very sensitive about that shit. From my perspective, from Altita's perspective, hip hop belongs to everybody who wants to participate, as long as you respect where it came from. So, 让我来跟你讲清楚 some of the actual definition of pushing the culture forward. Hip hop not only has music, rap is one part of it. You have fashion, you have language.
So hard, motherfuckers wanna find me. That shit crack.
I finessed this, they get moving, then I skirt.
You have a whole ecosystem of hip hop and not just the music itself. So for example, let's look at the Southside guys. Let's look at Cash Money Records. Let's look at Lil Wayne. Let's look at UGK, all those guys. What you now know as trap music started because these guys from the South took jazz influences, they took big band influences, and they molded that and shaped that as their own style of hip hop, which pushed it in a direction which you now see, which is all these Atlanta cats that are now coming out now, that is pushing culture forward. Not just the style of music, but also the lingo, the terms, the phrases, the fashion. A lot of that is Southside culture. Also, look what's going on in the UK with the grime scene, with Stormzy, with Wiley. They actually brought forth their culture of rhyme scheme and language and influence hip-hop culture as a whole. That's what it means to push the culture forward. Not just being a good rapper, not just being a good lyricist, not just talking about social issues, but actually helping it to evolve. Now, that does not mean that Eminem has not been a great spokesperson for hip-hop. He has gotten a lot of you who are now rappers into hip-hop. He's introduced a lot of people in Asia to hip-hop.
Including me.
Props, yeah. Props. 100% props.
Yeah.
However, as we said before, pushing culture means all of it, not just the lyricist part. Let me give you a further example. I am a big fan of Jackie Chan. I'm also a big fan of Lee Xiaolong. Now, Jackie Chan is awesome. He has actually helped pioneer free running parkour culture. He has also helped promote Chinese martial arts to American culture in movies. However, Lee Xiaolong actually helped to push that culture. He is actually credited as the early pioneers of MMA because he dared to challenge. He dared to stand up and say, hey, maybe all this punching and kicking, we could find more effective ways to change this shit. So, both of them are dope. Lee Xiaolong is dope. Chen Long is dope. Lee Xiaolong actually helped push the culture. Chen Long helped promote the culture. They both have their place. So for those of you who are looking for some nuance to say some racist shit down in the comment, let me spell it out for you. Chen Long is Eminem. He's able to do lots of crazy shit. We're like, what the fuck? How did he do that? I never will想到这个. Oh shit, I need to step my game up. That's great. But they both have their different purposes. Speaking of pushing culture, there is somebody in hip hop today who is busting his ass to not only push hip hop culture, but to push Taiwan culture. And that motherfucker is a dope dude. And if you haven't heard of him, I'll tell you. His name is Doki. This guy's been doing everything he can to help preserve Taiwanese culture while at the same time developing Taiwanese hip-hop culture so that you guys will actually pay attention. Because right now you guys are looking at Guai and there's some dope-ass shit popping off in your own goddamn backyard. And y'all need to pay attention.
Yeah, 真正的嘻哈正在发生。
Seriously, go back into our old catalogs. Look at Tai Da Xian, look at Zhen Da Hei Yin, look at DP, look at Xiao Copy. Those guys are doing some badass shit that's original, man. Go check them out.
啊，你们都不知道哎、
你们都不知道为什么？因为如果没有欧姆的脸，你就不会 click。
因为他不是白人。
你娘的 ！Oh my god!
Yeah, what's wrong?
So in that regard, we are joining Duaki to help push this culture because we love this shit. We are about this shit. And we, along with Duaki, along with MTV, 人人有功练, are creating an opportunity for more people to not only participate, but to show what they can offer to hip-hop culture. So I've said so much, but you gotta stay tuned because we're gonna announce some great shit that's gonna pop off very, very soon. 大鸡大雕, motherfucker!
Hey!
So I've said all this shit, and some of you are gonna be on the comments like, oh, but what if, but what if, but what if? It's okay. Type your shit. I know what you're trying to do. You keep doing your shit. It's okay, baby. You serve your purpose to suck on my balls. Seriously, all you people trying to make this a racial thing, miss me with that bullshit. You know what miss me is? Why don't we leave this episode with a little terminology to make sure we at least give them some nutrition. Miss me means take all that shit you're trying to fling my way and fling it over there. Cause I ain't about that shit. I'm about trying to move shit forward.
Hey!
That's all we got for now. My throat is a little bit sore. I'm done. Peace!
Motherfucker!